Shalom, shalom. Let us give our praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash, Brakatah. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the brothers, the teaching truth and sincerity. Let me check the volume, the video, real quick. And teaching truth and sincerity. Yeah, this, anticipation, man. Anticipate. You gotta anticipate this shit about this word, man. You gotta perceive things. You gotta understand things, man. Um, this is before I read this in Luke, let me read. I'm gonna read this and let me read this in Wisdom of Solomon, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 verse 6, and I'm gonna get in. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8 verse 6, right? I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 1. It say wisdom reaches from one end to the earth. Um, it say wisdom reaches from one end to the other mightily, and sweetly does she order all things, man. Wisdom. You gotta have wisdom. You gotta anticipate, and you gotta anticipate things. Just like in a boxing ring, boxers anticipate the punch. You know what I'm saying? So it's this wisdom. You gotta anticipate. That's the key in this truth. you know, when scoffers come up, when you got to use wisdom in everything, you got to anticipate. You got to anticipate the punch, man. All right. Um, it said, "I love her and slough her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty." And when you get to know Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua, things become beautiful because you start to understand things. You start to you start to try the spirit. Hey, you try the spirit. I'm gonna get that. See now the spirit rolling. You gotta try the spirit. You know, um, I don't know of here, but scripture speaks about trying. Trying. Oh, all right. This John, like I just get this one. First John 4:1. It say, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of God." You gotta try the spirit. You gotta always, hey, that was a good one. Hey, you gotta always anticipate you gotta anticipate things, and you gotta try the spirit, man. You know, you gotta, you can't just accept everyone. You can't just be all love, 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 love. You gotta try things, and just like you got a woman. You deal with women. You can't just, oh, she got a big booty and she got a nice body. Oh, you gotta question everything, test everything. You can't just be out here be gullible. You can't be gullible, man. You can't be gullible. So you gotta anticipate, always anticipate the worst too. It's an old saying. It say prepare for the. How I go. It say prepare for the. Expect the best, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Like you gotta perceive things. It says so. First John 4:1. It say, uh, "Beloved, believe not every spirit." Right? Do not believe every spirit, man. But try the spirit of whether they are of God, because many false prophets are going out into the world. That's why, and our people, Israelites, Negro, Latino, Native, Indian descent, we hey, we was gullible at one point, man. We believe anything that what the so-called white man, these biblical nationality, come from a man named Esau, the race of Edom, told us what we was black, we were just Africans. All right, we was we was savages, or we were just in Africa swinging on trees, man. This is shit that they said. We was fucking in Africa swinging on motherfucking trees, man. We was monkeys. We know nothing about nothing. But when you kind of find out, really they took the smartest, and they took the Hebrew Israelite because we was pure hearted. We was smart. One thing about Israelite, we're really smart, man. We're intelligent, you know. But um, but since we turned our backs towards towards the Almighty, he turned his back on us, so we had no uh, protection. So now that we're coming back to this truth, we must start to understand where we went off, and now start to anticipate that these people gonna come with lies, man. That that our enemies gonna come with lies. Back in Wisdom of Solomon 8:3, in that she is conversant with God, and she magnified his nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself love her, for she is privy to thy to the mysteries of the knowledge of Yahweh, and love his works. Right. And the Lord, and we starting to learn the mysteries, like everything, like the cats is out the bag. Now we know we're not blacks. Now we understand that the Black Latino Native Indian descent, we are the real Hebrew Israelites. We are the God chosen people. Now we know the name of the Lord is not Jesus. The Lord, who this world ignorantly called Jesus, his real name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, and the Almighty, his Father name is Yahweh, which means He is, and His Son name means He exists. He delivered. Now we know. Guess what? That you other nations, you natural, you real Gentiles, y'all have no uh part in the covenant, in the kingdom to come, but to be slavery. We know that the so-called white man, which they can come in different colors, they could come dark skinned, they could come light skinned, but who as they so called themselves white, their real biblical nationality is Edom, who's a cursed nation, who's going to be slaves in the kingdom. All right. So we know that the Bible and the Lord only come to save 12,000 out of each tribe, the 144,000, his elect. So we got to anticipate, man. We got to use prudent. We got to pray for wisdom. Um, Let me get to the point on this. Um, verse 6. And if prudent works, who of all that are is more cunning workman than she? Right. There's nothing more cunning than this. Is Luke 20, verse uh 21. And they asked him, saying, Master, saying, Master, we know that thou says thou a teachest rightly, neither accept thou the persons of any, but teaches the way of God truly. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar or no? But he perceived, but this is Yahweh Shai. He perceived. That's the point I want to catch. He perceived, man. He anticipated. He understood. You got to perceive things. Their craftiness. So he knew they was coming at an angle. They came with a slide. They came with a lie. They came to persecute him. So, but Yahweh Shah perceived that. So just like how Yahweh Shah, he perceived who was his enemy and wasn't his enemy, and knew when people were coming at him with craftiness, we must also perceive that as well. And all throughout our journey in this truth about anything. So he perceived their craftiness and said unto them, why tempt ye me? You know? So we must also use our wits, man. You know? I've got another one, Mark 8. Mark 8 and see if you're gonna go to it. This is Mark 8 and 16. I'm starting 15, and he charged them, saying, "Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." And the leaven goes into the lies, into the fungus, to the nastiness, because during the time of the Passover, we're not to eat no leaven, and little bit of leaven up the whole lump, because Yahushua was pure. So it was no leaven, it was no lies, it was no false, there was no uncleanness in them. And that's what these people, man, little leaven will leaven up the whole lump. So you must anticipate who got the leaven, who coming at you at an angle. All right. I just wanted to bring that out because we must always anticipate it. I'm gonna get this account in Judas Maccabees. Well, not in Judas Maccabees, but the story of Maccabees. This is Maccabees. Um, because Judas Maccabees anticipated his enemies. Because a lot of times we will, when you read the Maccabees, we had made treaties with the enemies a couple times, and a lot of times, certain of the Maccabees brothers fell for the cunning of our enemies. But Judas Maccabees did it. He knew when to cut them off. This is Second Maccabees 14, verse 30. It said, notwithstanding, when Maccabees saw that Nicanor began to been cruelish unto him, and that he entreated him more roughly than then he was wont, and perceiving such sorrow of behavior came not of good, he gathered together not a few of his men and withdrew himself from Nicanor. And Nicanor was a wicked man. At the end of Nicanor, who was a fucking devil Edomite, his head got cut the fuck off, man. All right, but you see how even Maccabees, because they became friends at one point, Nicanor and Judas, but he perceived that Nicanor uh, was basically planning a surprise attack. And but when you read the story of Maccabees, first and second Maccabees, you see they did that all the time. The Edomites always came with uh, with smooth words, but war was in their hearts, as the scriptures say, and they always came with that craftiness. So we always must be aware of that, man. All right, the scriptures say, "Never trust thy enemies." This is this was a quick hit. All right, James 1, quick hit. This is James 1 and 12. James 1 and 12. It say, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." So blessed is the man that endure the temptation. Be wise during these times. Make the right moves. Make the right calls. Hey, let's say you got a play going on. Goddamn, call a goddamn audible. Shit, hey man, hey, someone told you to do something. You see a hole in the defense. Shit, make a goddamn audible. You know, you got to change the play, and spur the moments. You know, for when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord have promised him. Hey man, I hope there's the edifying video with that. Hey, stay wise.